lady because I said it was a show of ladies, Rachel. This guy is a super foxy lady. He's so awesome. He's got the nicest boobies. Here he is, my Pepin.
Drew Shelton. It's me, the bearded lady. I kind of hate technology. I have this irrational fear that The Terminator is a documentary. So I've just always had this sort of loathe for cell phones, and I have one, obviously. I hate myself for how much I rely on it. Email, calendars, you know, it used to be really good exercise for my brain for me to memorize someone's phone number. Not anymore. My phone does all of my thinking for me. My brain is now as lazy as the rest of me. It's, it's just sitting there on its brain couch, having pizza, drinking some beer, and watching reruns of The Golden Girls. Meanwhile, my phone calls people, schedules appointments, and gets me to work every single day. In 100 feet, please turn left. I can't believe you need directions to the same place every single day of your life. My parents have been trying to keep up with new technology as well. It started out very slow. It used to be, it was like 12 years ago that they got online, and then another 8 years before they got a laptop, 2 more, my mom got a Nook. So it's just been like growing exponentially. Earlier this month, in the span of 1 week, they upgraded to Wi-Fi, they downloaded Skype, and they bought an iPad. So I'm expecting, next month for them to make their first million on their new social networking site, howdoesanyofthiswork.com. My mom can't stand to not be in on a secret. If you throw a really nice surprise for her, she will spend the rest of the day pissed that she wasn't in on it. And the weird thing is, she spends her entire life keeping secrets from everybody else. It's everything that she does is like something out of Mission Impossible. I get these whispering phone calls from her. Michael, it's your mother. As if I'm getting whispering phone calls from other crazy people. What? Oh, I can't hear a word you're saying. Can you speak up, please? No, your father doesn't know. Well, look, can you just call me back when you can speak like a normal adult? Good Lord. My dad's a pretty smart guy, especially about anything that's mechanical or technical. We have weekly phone conversations, and we talk about a myriad of topics. Tractor engines, truck engines, lawnmower engines, snowblower engines, sometimes boat engines, lathes, woodworking, all things about which I have much to say. He's a creature of habit, and he's very close to name brand items that he's been using for many years. So lava soap for his hands, and for his hair it's Brill Cream. And when it comes to shampoo, it's Prel. And for those of you who do not know what Prel is, it's this awful green-like gelatin substance that at one time did pass for shampoo. And I remember I was about 11 or 12, and my dad, Prel changed their formula. And it was blue, and it was slightly creamier in texture. This was not okay. My dad was adamant that it was not washing his hair the same way. Marie, you gotta get out. You gotta find the green Prel. My mom had to spend like a year searching for local stores that would still sell the green Prel. They do buy it in bulk now, and I'm fairly certain they're keeping the Prel company afloat because no one else is buying that shit. Prel. So it was a pretty normal family. 2 parents are still together. I have 2 older sisters, family TV. I do sometimes feel that I was raised partially by our TV, which is why I feel an emotional connection to the people inside of it, more so than to real people sometimes. For instance, if you were to ask me about my sister, either of my sisters, you can ask me about 1, 2, it doesn't matter. We would have a very lovely 2-minute conversation about how they're doing fantastic. They're great, because honestly, I have no idea what's going on with either of them. However, if in conversation you were to bring up The Wire, we'll be talking for an hour. I I just get so crazily emotionally involved in my TV. I cried at the end of 6 Feet Under. And for like 10 years before that, I had not cried. Depression, marriage, birth of a child, divorce, nothing. Nothing came out of these desert balls that are in my face. After 5 years spent with a TV family, fucking waterfalls. Just out, flowing. I do like to tell myself it was because of the real things that happened in my life. It wasn't. It's because of the people in the TV. They make me cry. Walker, Texas Ranger is it's the equivalent to Saturday morning cartoons for me now. I get up early, I make myself a bowl of cereal, I sit down, and I watch Walker have adventures. All that stuff online about how badass Chuck Norris is, completely true. Absolutely true. The earliest seasons of the show, and this is absolutely true, if you look it up, the first thing that appears on screen, Walker, Texas Ranger is Chuck Norris. Not the other way around. He wasn't playing a character. That character was playing him. Fairly certain there was never a full script written for the show. Every episode is just an outline. Men with mullets in giant Chevy trucks, kidnapped child stricken with AIDS, and laugh in evil manner. Walker and Trevette track Chevy truck to evil farm lair. Shootout ensues. Walker kicks guns out of hands, and he kicks mullet gang members in their noses, causing Chevy truck to explode in fireball. Child with AIDS is now safe to continue his tour of schools, teaching children and their parents about respecting and tolerating other people with AIDS. That is an actual Walker, Texas Ranger episode. Haley Joel Osment plays the kid. YouTube it. The other thing about watching too much TV, I'm very lazy. And so watching too much TV, lazy, it just goes together. You can watch too much tea as well. It takes away a lot of steam. Laziness, watching too much TV. I can have plans to go out with friends, and instead I'll just sit down and I'll change to the Sci-Fi Channel. And I'll catch one of those movies, with the CGI that looks like it was created on a Commodore 64. And, I'll just be sitting there watching it. What's that? Yeah, babe. Yeah, I know. We're leaving in 20 minutes. We can be a little late, right? No, you don't understand. Wild boars were left behind at Chernobyl, and now they're taking over Eastern Europe. After the biggest nuclear disaster of the 1980s, all humans around Chernobyl were evacuated. 25 years later, scientists are back to study the budding new vegetation. But, lurking in the shadows, a threat they're not prepared to face. Mutated, evolved, pissed off. Mark Voorhees, Don Swayze, Chernobyl. The characters depicted in this motion picture are completely fictitious. Any similarity to real persons or events is purely fictional. Or whatever the heck this is. Is it really necessary to have this disclaimer on the back end of a Sci-Fi Channel movie? Is someone going to be sitting there watching? Wait a minute. This is based on me. I was attacked by a pterodactyl that looked like it had been created on a Commodore 64. Get my lawyer on the phone. I do have a girlfriend. Yes, we've been together for a little over 3 years. She's fantastic. She's beautiful. She's really smart. She's like a Disney princess. Sometimes in the morning I'll just sit there and I'll stare at her, while the birds flying and they help her get dressed. And I think to myself, what the hell happened in her life that she ended up with me? It's not bad self-image or anything like that. I just am realistic about whatever deal was made with the devil here. I get a gorgeous, intelligent girlfriend, and she gets a guy whose brain sits on a couch and watches the Golden Girls half the time. I do have great confidence when I look in a mirror, though. Mirrors are just really the fine wine of viewing oneself, in my opinion. Pictures, not so much. Pictures just capture me as I look, which it's not all that great. But there's something about looking in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I can see my essence. I look in a mirror, I don't see any lumps. I don't see any frumpiness. I see handsome, scruffy badassness followed by a healthy glass full of class. When I look in that mirror, Walker, Texas Ranger is Mike Pepin. Thank you.